Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning back in. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Probably wrapping your weekend up, unless you're partying late. That's your deal. That's fine. Bit of a somber weekend for those of us here in the U.S. Today is 15 years since 9/11. I know for me that that hits home and brings me back. I think of where I was and what was going on, and I know this may sound cliche, but don't take anything for granted. Don't take one day for granted at all. Tell your wife and kids you love them. Tell your parents you love them. I've got family members and friends that are firefighters, volunteer firefighters, and police officers, and they stick their necks out for us every day. And for those of you watching who are firefighter, EMT, and police officer, thank you for your service, and we will never forget that day. So moving on, this week's video, shoulders. I've done past couple videos have been your main three lifts, your deadlift, squat, and bench press. Now we're gonna start incorporating, more accessory work. For me, I've learned to love shoulder days. I've added, just a couple staple exercises that I do for shoulders. I'm gotta stop saying I got things written down. Why am I saying A couple of benefits of working shoulders that you're gonna notice, and you already notice these things. If you have broad shoulders, your presence just kind of commands respect, male or female. That's why, suits and blazers and everything used to have shoulder pads. They just want to make everything, square and broad. It also, having broad shoulders, powerful looking shoulders, that's going to help with your, like, a tapered look, which for me, that's desirable. And I know for bodybuilding competitions, things like that, that's a desirable look, that ratio, shoulder to waist. So specifically about the shoulder, you've got three parts. You've got your anterior deltoid, medial, and your rear. And a lot of people, they'll either neglect their rear deltoid and not really, like, I always have trouble, but I never want to put the time into really developing it. And not to mention, I mean, if that's your thing, great, but that kind of opens you up to injury if you're not developing all three parts. Now, I'm going to show you how I do a warm-up. I will warm up my shoulders. These rotations right here, just good. I mean, that little bit of constant tension going to bring blood flow in and get everything nice and warm. In 30 seconds, Now, with these are 12 and a half pounds, really light. This motion, I don't know if I saw somebody do this or if I came up with my own. This motion right here lets me activate every muscle in my shoulders that I'm going to be utilizing later. I do 2 or 3 sets of those, the rotations and I guess you call them. I really don't know what I call those. Alternating flies. I don't know. I need to come up with a name for those. You got a name? Put it in the comments. Give me a suggestion on that. So for today's workout for me, I did, and I'm going to show you as I talk about them. Rear delt dumbbell flies. Gonna bend over, flat back, and keep your arms pretty well straight, almost like you're bending over and doing ski rows, like you're just skiing. Here, just normal lateral raises. I step forward a little bit just to kind of give myself some stability, and just now this I just recently started adding in for front delts. You're gonna start right at your side, raise up, and meet right in front of your eyes. Meet the dumbbells right in front of your eyes. That will get you burning really quick. This one here I also started doing recently. It's an upright row, but you're gonna make kind of a V, start at the bottom and then V out as you're raising them. So I do 3 to 4 rounds of that, 10 to 12, maybe 15 reps per exercise. That's kind of a staple in my shoulder workouts. I don't do those every week, but I always try to come back to those. I also, every once in a while, I'll throw in some heavy shrugs, hit those traps, and also I do. I didn't film it this week. They're called rope face pulls. Basically, you've got your cable pulley, set it all the way up high, like your tricep push down rope. You're gonna pull towards your face, and then just activate those rear delts. That's mainly what I use those for. So, just to recap, make sure you warm up your shoulders. I've messed up my shoulders before, and they are very hard to rehab. Also, don't neglect any one part. You're gonna see guys and girls that really focus on the medial and anterior, and either they'll come up with excuses or say I can never hit these. You've got to feel your body. You've got to get that mind muscle connection going, where okay, I'm consciously doing this motion. Is it activating the muscle I want to activate? And you can incorporate that with any of your workouts. And just a lot of people want to show off and go heavy with shoulders. That's part of where you get your injuries from. And I mean, not gonna lie, you'll see me some days doing those lateral flies with 10-pound weights. There's nothing wrong with lightweight, heavy volume, just getting that blood pumping. So that is it for this week. Again, thanks for watching. Also, any firefighters, police officers, or first responders out there, thank you for your service. So, that being said, thanks for watching.